Hey everybody, this is Sheets, and we're going to be doing our lineup build for the LOL slate again. We're not going to be playing tennis today, so we're just going to be doing the one overnight build for League of Legends. And for whatever reason, we decided to play more entries today. We're going to play um, 50 entries or full max out of the lottery. So 52 entries there, and we are going to do one in the Triumphant Warrior. So let's put this up here. First place 33, cash 20, user entries 1. Okay. Um, and let's take a look at the slate here for a moment. Um, I can tell you right now that again, this WBG NIP game is going to be very popular, I imagine. So I would love it if it got a little more of this Frederick Breon KT Rolster matchup, just for ownership reasons. But we're not going to force it in. We're just going to let the projections kind of guide us here. So we already uploaded the projections and we built 1,500 lineups, and then we're just going to run the sims right away, okay, and see what we come up with. And again, I'm kind of hoping to get like a bunch of 4 3s with the KT. And look, this looks like we're getting some of that. But it doesn't look like we're getting all the 4 3s. Let's see. Stack exposure. So this is looking very familiar. This is looking a lot like today's slate. And I'll tell you, today we were able to compete in the lottery for first place with some of these 4 2s. So I think we're going to continue to try these. They usually work out well when you have these big 1,500 minus 1,500 favorites. So like to give us an idea of what these would look like. You have this one would be like KT with BLG and Hanwha as a one-off. And again, what you're rooting for in that situation is for Hanwha to win a very boring game, but just win 2-0. Um, and there's a lot of different variations here. Now, this BLG captain, you know, man, just the solo captain. That's a rough one. And that's a rough one to deal with. But um, all these Hanwha life in the team positions, I think it's a pretty interesting way to go. Um, boy, what is this thing? A BLG with with a one off of light. Yeah, these look a little bit too funky for me, actually. Yeah, I don't like the way these are looking. So we are gonna X those out, see what kind of 4 3s we get. I mean, that type of thing just never wins. So let's just take a look. Still processing. What's the problem here? So if we did just 4 3s, what would we be getting? BLG, WBG as well. But we're getting some others. We're getting this KT. What I like is that we're really not getting too much of the we're getting a lot of this WBG. It seems just awfully chalky. So I don't know exactly what we're gonna do here. Can we go back to allow the 4 2s? That's certainly possible. So these are my difficult choices here. I like these. I like the KT roster stacks. I like these quite a bit. And obviously BLG is going to look good. WE put on they were pretty good today, actually, against was top esports. Um yeah, so I don't know. It feels a little chalky to play this way, but I think that's what we're gonna do. So what we can do is do more min uniques. This way we get a little more spread out with the exposures. Yeah, that's not bad. Maybe we do that. And when we do that, though, we have to make sure that we don't um, play anybody weird in the captain. Although, I mean, maybe I shouldn't mind. One thing I will say, by the way, is that these junglers have really been putting up big numbers here. So yeah. All right, we're gonna. I think we're gonna go with this. So we will upload those to the contest, but let's just make sure that yeah. So we're gonna put the Triumphant Warrior in, and we're putting the double buff in, and then what we'll do is we'll just take a look and see what our Triumphant Warrior lineup looks like, and then also what our exposure looks like in the others. So we're in. Let's just confirm what we have here. So our Triumphant Warrior lineup is going to look like this. So it's a 4-man KT and a 3-man BLG. And I think this is going to be somewhat contrarian. So I like this one. So I like rolling with this in the Triumphant Warrior and in the double buff again, which has got a lot of stuff. So let's see what we're rooting for here. As far as team stacks, BLG 50%, Hanwha 47%. Let's see what the 4-mans again. This KT roster is a pretty decent stand here, and we're also going a full 28% WBG and not as much NIP. So we're taking a stand against Ninja and Pajamas. So I think this is not bad. So that's what we're gonna have. And that's gonna do it. Again, I'm gonna put this up at 4 a.m. so that people can see it. And that's it.